Hello, this is William Bowman, and I'm recording this video for Karis over there at Fetching Freedom Dog Training. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this video. Real quick, I want to explain, what I found on your website and show you what to change in order to get better volume of people coming to your website. So in order to do that, I want to explain some things so that you have a better understanding of exactly how to implement these changes and be able to tell when those changes are actually working. Because, honestly, what we're after here is results, right? So I'm going to be covering the volume of clients looking for your services in your area, what your top online competitor is doing to win that volume currently, and things that you can do this exact moment on your site to start winning those clients in the future. So whenever I pop through, I do like your site. I love that you guys have so many pictures here. You guys explain all of the different packages you offer, the services. Looks like you guys probably have anywhere between maybe 400 to 500 words of content on the front page. I would recommend having at least 1,000 to 1,500. The reason being is that it gives you more opportunities to put in what are called keywords. And keywords are simply just what somebody would throw into Google in order to find a product or service, right? You can actually do this in ways that kind of, make it to where it's not so much text. You put a button that, has a little drop down accordion that drops down and shows more text underneath. That way you don't have to have it all up in front of your face every single moment, right? And you can focus more on putting more wonderful pictures of these puppy dogs. So let's go into what these keywords, what happens whenever I put in dog training San Antonio. And I will show you the volume of people actually searching this here in a moment when we look at your competitor's site. But when we look at this, the first thing we're going to see is ads. So people will pay for these ads. I'm glad to see that you guys aren't up here. A lot of people will just skip right past these. It is a good way to ramp up your site, though. If you aren't organically ranking yet and you need some more volume, this is a good option, but it's not a good long-term option. So now when we come down, we're going to see the Google Map Pack. So the Google Map Pack, this actually is a very good area to be in. If you don't already have your GMB set up, it's called Google My Business. Definitely go to Google My Business and fill out that little application with the name of your company and your location, website, all of that. Get a link to your website, and it gives you a place to get reviews. And honestly, even if people know the company they want to use, most times they're still going to go to Google to see what kind of reviews they have, because they know that on Google, they're going to see both the good and bad reviews, because bad reviews can't be removed, right? So they'll get a honest look at the previous work of the company. So definitely go and get this set up if you haven't. It does help with ranking. Last but not least, we're in the organic search area, and this is where the lion's share of the volume actually comes from. So it is really important to be at the top of this list, or at least on the front page. We have an ongoing joke that you can hide dead bodies on the second page of Google, because, honestly, when's the last time you've ever gone there, right? When you're looking for a product or service. So you can only be up here based on these organic search words, and you can't pay to be at the top of this organic section. So let's go and check and see what Rob Carey is doing over here in order to be at the top. So I'm not going to really dive into their website, so to speak. I'd rather look underneath the hood. I will just note it looks like they probably have 700 to 800 words of content on their front page. They definitely are working up that content, which is really good. But let's look at what they're doing underneath, right? So if we look here, we're going to see UR and DR. So both of these numbers are very important, and they kind of correlate to where you would end up on the Google search results. The UR is a URL rating. It's kind of like the trustworthiness of your URL. So this is a 15, honestly, for first position in a city like San Antonio, which actually has quite a bit of population. I would have expected this UR to be like 25, 30. So this is actually very surprising, because this UR is pretty easy to beat over time. Now, when we look at the DR, this is a domain rating, and this is like the power of the site as a whole. So all of your different pages. Now, this DR is extremely surprising, the domain rating, because again, I would expect it for a city like San Antonio for it to be like 15, 20. So this is like a low-hanging fruit. You could definitely work up to beating this and capturing all of the volume that they're getting on their site by taking their spot on the front page for, this search word. But how do you grow these numbers? So the way to grow them is through the usage. One strategy is through the usage of backlinks. So a backlink is if, like, I was writing a blog and I were to say, hey, Fetching Freedom Dog Training, they're the best in town. Go over there. You can check out, you can check them out, and you can find, talk to Karis, and she'll treat you well, and she'll really train up your dogs. I've had such a good experience. And they put a link to your site on that site that leads them over to you. That is an example of a backlink. And I would like to, take a moment here to emphasize quality over quantity here. So I've seen, 5 or 10 good backlinks have way higher numbers than these. And, I've seen them beat out 1,000 poorly made backlinks, right? So you don't want to spam it up with backlinks from like China or Russia or like an industry that has nothing to do with you guys. Definitely work on industry specific areas, preferably locally, that you can work on getting a link from their site to yours. And so it looks like they have 11 different websites sending them a total of 22 backlinks. So definitely not even that much. But let's see what they're ranking for, right? So this is the keyword, the specific keyword that somebody entered in. So like I put in dog training San Antonio, right? They were ranked number 2. Look at the volume. So this is the average number of people that search this specific thing every single month for this exact word. And you start seeing that, here's another one. Dog training San Antonio, Texas, 150. Puppy training San Antonio, 100. Different combinations of words can get you different volumes because it depends all on how somebody searches. I would recommend not trying to go for something like this. I know it has huge volume and I know it, a lot of people would be like, well, I want that volume. Well, the problem with this is that if somebody in Florida searches this, odds are you're probably not going to be able to help them. So it's not actually going to impact your revenue. I prefer to stick to what we call buyer intent keywords for service areas that you can actually get to and that you can actually help customers in. So there's definitely enough volume in San Antonio to work off of. So let's go and take a look at your site and kind of see what your site looks like on the back end. And when we pop over, we're seeing that there's not really any data that's been picked up yet. I don't know if the site's, brand new or it just hasn't really been optimized for, for Google to find it yet. It looks like there's no backlink, so definitely go and make some backlinks. Some quick and easy backlinks that you can make, go to Better Business Bureau. You don't have to actually pay to register with them or anything. Just put your information on there and put the link to your website. That is an easy backlink. That's called what we call in the industry called a citation. So that's a quick, easy win there. It's not going to be a really powerful backlink, but it will at least start getting your website out there so that your UR and DR can start moving. Next, I want to look at your keywords and see what you're ranking for. And I'm guessing these are probably, so these are probably naturally ranking words, right? You put Fetching Freedom Dog Training on your site because it's it's the name of your site and it's probably going to be repeated a couple times. So that's why you are naturally ranking for these words. So definitely, add in that content. You already kind of have an example of how to rank for these keywords. It's just you want to rank for words that aren't just the name of your company because you want people that don't know your name, right, to find you. So go in there, add in, 1,000, 1,500 words, sprinkle in 5 or 6 of those keywords, the different keywords that I showed you here that have good volume that you want to target. Sprinkle those guys in there. Get some good backlinks from sites, like I explained, like the BBB and things like that. Try and go for better industry ones, like if there's a dog industry or an award or something like that you guys have won, put that on there. That's great. And then if you don't have your GMB, definitely go and get your GMB. I see a lot of my clients getting a lot of traffic just from GMB. So I hope this information was valuable. Oh, and I'm sorry, last thing. If you can and you understand how to do this, basically change the URL to where you're no longer using that WordPress.com. That actually throws off Google's search algorithm. So you definitely want to get rid of that. There's a way to pay basically to get rid of that. I think it's like $20 a month or something like that. But that does help tremendously. So I hope this information was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Please leave me some feedback if you can, just telling me, hey, it was simple. I was able to understand it. I can go ahead and make these changes and I'll let you know how the results go. Or, hey, I didn't understand. Can you explain this better? Or you need to kind of tweak this so that other people can understand it better. So I really appreciate that. I hope you have a great day and thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.